This is something that I want to reiterate for newer players that I think is very, very important and is extremely helpful. Key bindings in Tarkov are daunting to say the least, but there are some easy tricks that can simplify some of it. Your hotbar by default is comprised of slot numbers bound to the number keys. Slot 4 is number 4, slot 5 is number 5, etc. Then on the right, there is how those things get triggered. When you press a key, release the key, double press the key, and or if you continuously hold that key. In the case of certain meds and certain statuses, those meds only get consumed based on the need for them, like tourniquets and hemostats only being used if you have a heavy bleed, otherwise they just get ignored, or broken bones using splints, etc., etc., etc. So to put this into use, and you can use whatever keys you like for this, but this is an example, if you hotkey slot number 4 to the number 4 on press, and then change slot number 5 to the number 4 on release, now you can do the equivalent of an if-then-else statement in Tarkov. So to hotkey this, simply hover your mouse over a hemostat or tourniquet, press and hold down the number 4 key, then move the mouse over to a medkit of your choice. Car kit, Saleba kit, AFAC, IFAC, whatever, and release. So how this maps out is in the case of a heavy bleed, because on press it would try to use the tourniquet first, it would use the tourniquet to fix the heavy bleed and not consume a whole bunch of durability from your medkit. If you don't have a heavy bleed, when you release the key, it would then heal whatever else you have going on, a light bleed or just health. This same keybind process also works very well for weapon failures. In the game, when a weapon fails, the screen flashes red and your weapon will have a red filter over it in your inventory. In order to clear the failure, you first have to inspect the weapon to see what kind of failure it is, and then use a separate hotkey to clear the failure. By default, these hotkeys are separate, but if you use this press and release method that I just described, you can press down on the hotkey to inspect the weapon, hold it down until the inspect animation ends, and then when you release it, it will automatically clear the malfunction, jam, misfire, whatever. There's some other binds here that I also like to change. First, the game defaults the jump key to when you release the spacebar, leaving holding the spacebar to be used for vaulting and mantling by default. I feel like this messes with timing a bit, and I prefer to bind this to a separate key for vaulting and rebind the spacebar to jump on press instead. It just feels better for me timing-wise.